Hi guys, hope everyone's doing really well. And you've all had a really good Christmas. So yeah, I just thought I'd come back for an end of year sort of review, just show a few things that I picked up for sort of Christmas that are music related, just show a few of my favourite finds from this year. So yeah, I've seen obviously a few people doing these videos, so I thought I'd get in, and I think I did one of these last year actually, to be fair. So, but yeah, nice to have a kind of roundup, and it was interesting going through my videos. I don't know about you guys, but there's a few records that you buy that are obviously that really stand out, that you think, oh yeah, okay, that they were kind of the grails or whatever, but a lot of stuff that I've completely forgotten about, that I bought, that have kind of just disappeared into the collection. I need to resurrect. So yeah. So anyway, I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and I know there's quite a bit of flu and bugs and cold. My next door neighbour's got a nasty bug at the moment. We've been doing a bit of shopping for her because she's elderly, getting bits and pieces. But obviously kind of passing it through the door and kind of beating a hasty retreat, so we don't pick anything up. A couple of members of my family have been poorly before Christmas. Fortunately, they were better once the festivities started, but I know one or two of you have had a really rough time, and it's kind of, Christmas has almost kind of had to go on hold. So must be dreadful. So anyway, I'm just going to show, as I say, just a few bits that I picked up for Christmas, music related stuff, and then I'll show some of my favorite finds from this year. Okay, so I'll get into it. So the first couple of things here, these were from my mum. I actually knew I was getting these because I ordered them off Amazon. My mum doesn't have an Amazon account, so the element of surprise was never going to be there. But I've kind of toyed with these things for a while, but this is a decent one. This is a record turntable weight. So this is obviously what you stick on the spindle in the middle of the turntable, and it's supposed to give improve the sound quality, give better kind of stability with your records, etc. I don't know. The jury's out as to whether it makes any difference or not, because I suppose, like everything, it has to be in a combination with loads of other factors and things. So, but it's quite nice. It's got quite a nice weight to it. And there's also like a kind of spirit level in the middle, so that your turntable, everything is level. So I thought that was quite nice. And I also got a replacement stylus for my Autophon Red cartridge. So that was nice. I have actually replaced it. That's the old one in there. So keep things nice and clear sounding, and obviously mitigate any damage to the records. I do that. I tend to do that about every 6 months. Really nice book as well. This is this was actually my brother's present for myself. He actually told me that I could read it because he's currently got I think a couple of books on the go. So thanks, Steve. Really appreciate that. So this is Pete Townshend's biography, Who I Am. So I think it's quite old. I think this came out about 10 years ago now, but it's, by all accounts, it was his first sort of concise biography of his life, and so on and so forth. So yeah, really looking forward to getting into that. Okay, and nice gift off my sister here. This is amazingly a record I've never had on vinyl. I've had it on CD a couple of times. I think I might have had an 80s reissue at some stage on vinyl, but I don't think it was a particularly good copy. I've been looking for originals of this record for years, trying to find a decent one with the fanzine, all the bits in it and all the rest of it, but they've either been too overpriced or not in very good condition. So it's Bowie's Aladdin Sane. So this is my sister asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, oh, she usually gets me a record. I don't tend to give her anything too obscure because she'd struggle to pick it up. So yeah, I think this is a, I don't know, 2018, 2019 reissue. It's pretty good, sounds good. Yeah, yada yada, you've seen the gatefold on this a million times. But it's got some really nice reproduction of the fanzine, which I thought was a nice touch. So yeah, fantastic album. Not a lot really needs to be said about Aladdin Sane. But yes, pleased to finally get that one in the collection. Okay, and then when I took my brother home, so I had my brother staying here along with my son for a few days, for a few beers, a few laughs, played some guitar. It was really good fun. I dropped him back a couple of days ago. He's actually going down to stay with a friend down in Devon for a while. But when I went into his flat, I noticed he had a picture on the floor. I said, oh, that's great. I said, why haven't you got it on the wall? And he says, oh, I just can't be bothered. He hasn't got an awful lot of wall space. And he just said, take it. So I was more than happy to pick this up. So yeah, this is a really nice framed print of the Ziggy Stardust cover. And it's obviously on a kind of plastic laminate, nice frame. It's quite lightweight. Not sure where I'm going to put it, maybe somewhere behind on the wall, back there perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. Comments below where it should go in the pink attic. Inspire me, somebody. So yeah, yeah, that was really very kind of him, and yeah, very happy to get that. Okay, so just a quick roundup of highlights and some favorite records from this year. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not gonna. I could have probably shown more, but these are the main ones. These are the ones I was kind of happiest to pick up, and a couple of them were quite valuable. So yeah, it was okay. So here we go. So the first one is this. I was delighted to get this. This was actually a freebie from a friend of mine who's got a house clearance business, and clears attics out and so on. So, and you never know what gems he's going to find that sort of families don't want after kind of probate and everything's gone through. People just leave stuff behind. And one of them was this. This is Magna Carta's debut album from 1969 on Mercury. Absolutely mint first pressing copy of this album. Never seen it in the wild. You see Seasons and a lot of their later records, but never this one. And yeah, for me, it's just it's my favorite album of theirs. It's just wonderfully, it's all acoustic, wonderfully atmospheric, beautiful songs, nice short songs. Nothing outstays its welcome, but just beautifully performed, wonderfully produced, and yeah, just fantastic. Really, really pleased to get that in the collection, and even better that it was a freebie. Okay, the next one is this is quite a rarity, and I did pay up a little bit of money for this. But when Ben said that he got it, I absolutely love this record. This is The Sun Also Rises, and it's called A Village Thing. As far as I'm aware, this is their one and only album that they did. This is husband and wife team of Graham and Anne Hemingway from Cardiff. This came out in 1970, I think. 1970, yeah. So this is just wonderfully delicate folk album. Graham plays all the guitars and stringed instruments, and obviously does I think a little bit of percussion. So it's very kind of, I think they were very influenced by the Incredible String Band. It's quite minimal, a lot of space in it. Home recorded as far as I'm aware, but it sounds great. Yeah, just a beautiful, timeless sort of Baroque folk psych record. Yeah, I don't know whether it's been repressed or not, or whether it's ever been. I think there might have been a repress of it at some stage. I can't remember. I'll have to check with Ben. Yeah, I don't think too many of these were pressed. So really, really delighted to get that one. Okay, the next one's the only album that I bought new in this, yeah, I really look forward to this being released. I missed out on the first time it was issued, and then got it second time around. This is the Bartleby soundtrack Johnny Trunk release. I absolutely love this. This has had a lot of spins this year for me. So this is a television soundtrack of a series about a guy who's on Wall Street, and he's works for a firm, and he just hates his job, and basically says, I prefer not to work anymore, and sort of descends into sort of madness. But the music is just so ethereal. It's very downbeat, but just beautifully orchestrated and scored. There's these wonderful kind of harmonica motifs going through it, wonderful repeat kind of little melodies, and reminds me a little bit of kind of Midnight Cowboy, the John Schlesinger movie. It's got that kind of feel to it slightly, yeah, wonderful, and definitely one of my favorites from this year. Okay, the next one, this is just one of my favorite jazz albums. It's the only jazz album some of you will be glad to hear in this list. It was another one that was quite pricey, but really, really pleased to get it. This is Judgment, Andrew Hill. So yeah, I think this came from quite a large jazz collection from Ben. There was loads in there that I would have really liked, but I'd have needed, it would have emptied my bank balance, and I'd have probably have had to have taken out a small loan, I think, to pay for them. But yeah, this is just great, wonderfully atmospheric, kind of 60s recording. I think this is 63, is it 64? I'm not sure quite when this was recorded, but Andrew Hill on piano, Bobby Hutchinson on the vibe, so it's got that lovely kind of feel going through, creates an atmosphere. It's very moody, really quite dark tones in it, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I've played this a lot, particularly the first track, Siete Ocho. That's a really great one. Yeah, I don't know whether it's been reissued. I think this is a 90s, what they call a connoisseur pressing. I'm not up on the I'm not really up on the pressings on these, but yeah, I was certainly very glad to pick it up. Okay, and the last one is probably my favourite pickup of the year, and was very unexpected. So this is Roy Harper's album Born in Captivity, which was the acoustic demos of his 1982 Work of Heart album. And this was a record that he was never going to release. It was just, as I say, the demos of that album, Work of Heart, but he decided to do it because of the kind of pressure from fans and friends and so on. There's just very simple arrangements, mainly just Roy with a guitar, and I love it. It's great. I much prefer it to the original Work of Heart album that was came out in 1982, just because it's just pure Roy. And when Roy is stripped back and it's mainly just him, his guitar and vocal, that's really just the essence of the man, and his just artifice and his poetry, and just fantastic. Absolutely love him. And yeah, this was a limited edition. I think there was only about 800 copies of this ever made of the original press of this, and I was very grateful to pick one up, and at a decent price. So yeah, that was great. Okay, so I hope everyone's had a really great Christmas, and everyone's keeping well, or well as can be expected with the drizzly, miserable weather that we seem to have. I know going into 2023, we're apparently going to be getting some of this Arctic cyclone bomb that's been hitting the United States. Hopefully we won't get it as bad as they've had it, but I mean, it's middle of winter. January is never a warm month anyway, is it? But yeah, in any case, I hope everybody stays well, has a great new year, and whatever you're doing, I'm just going to be chilling out. I've got some family, my uncle and aunt coming round late this afternoon, and it'd be nice to see them. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon, guys. So just want to also say just a big thank you to everybody who supported my channel this year. I know I've been very sporadic, and I've had periods where I've made no videos at all. It's interesting that my subscriber count, which I don't really take an awful lot of notice on it, but it kind of dips and ebbs and flows here and there. But it's always the same stalwarts and the same people that regularly come back and comment on my channel, and it is really appreciated. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'm not going to make any promises about future videos because I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I'll probably end up taking a break again at some stage. But yeah, I'll hopefully, my intention is to continue to keep uploading content relatively regularly. Might only be, you know, a couple of videos a month or something like that, but I will hopefully try and maintain that. But we'll see how we go. All right, guys. So all the best for 2023. Hope you have a wonderful new year. And yes, I shall see you in the new year. Cheers, guys. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.